beginning to think you must keep me here for soon. Think about your Bible, is it? Nope. Nope. Nope.
Eureka!
I believe what we have here is an inconsistency. Between what? Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in its right hand that it should be. Oh, the gun. Precisely. The Bad Badger was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. However, did you remove the gun from this Bad Badger's right hand? No, I did not, sir. The gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume. As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis when the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto Badger, the gun is of course not a functioning weapon, correct? Seems like a kidnapper is also needful in a model gun, my dear costumed friend. Investigation complete. I think we're about to done. Well, we found the answers, but there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain question about. Let's go, okay? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. You gotta hurry, sir, come on! What is it, detective? They found the Blue Badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir. Bingo, that's why you gotta come to the main gateway right now. If we hurry, you might still be able to get there before Wolf Boy does, sir. Alright, let's make haste to the main gate. Save your progress. And where's the costume, Detective Gumshoe? Just on the other side of the fountain, sir. Was that out here in the open all along? Yeah. No, it was discovered in the tall grass back there. Moved it out in order to examine it more thoroughly. Then let's get down to it. What do we have here? No pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. It's possible that news too. Hold it right now. Hands off, Mr. Prosecutor. You should know how to cross the line, don't you? Hang on, this is a very decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look here and read off what you see. Lauren. Alright. Lauren, I ain't seen this in pieces. We have you now, kidnapper. Lolly, I can't believe you're one of my kidnappers. So Miss Pobbs is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved or over. Hey guys, case closed. Get the card ready and I mean the special one, lady. Again, Mr. Prosecutor, what is it this time? Are you proposing that Miss Pobbs is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect. We found it. Found what? That officer's gun literally dropped in the middle of a thick patch of grass. Your country's police are a sham. Just look how careless they are. Who are you calling a sham? The officer's gun didn't show signs of having been fired, so it carried a murder weapon. So, Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges, I see. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene. That only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. That of course you said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon? Thanks for the confession. Agent Lang, it's much too early to declare this case closed. Look at you, so sure yourself. Got the code for some confession and some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for? Miss Lauren Pops? Yes? I want to hear it from you. And tell me your side of all that has happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder. Oh, why? I'm kidnapped. Nah. I ain't buying it. It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if that is the truth. Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason why you can't? Had a change of heart. I never enjoy seeing you soak away in the mud. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear about all the evil deeds you committed today. The one who came up from the kidnapping plan? Uh-huh. There, you satisfied? She just confessed her crimes a second time. At least you have the guts to admit what you've done. I can at least respect that much. Miss Pops, is what you said really the truth? Yes, it is. If that is the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth. Because there is something that seems a bit too improbable in her confession.
Hold it!
How well did you know the victim? A few times, that's it. Yes. If they only met a few times, I don't see how they could have trusted each other.
Knuckle back!
That's completely irrelevant. He was playing a betrayal from the very beginning. Which is why he chose someone he wasn't especially close to. Isn't that right, Gina? Lauren D is engraved into this pendant. I suppose if I had to do the same, I'd also abbreviate it as Emma Edgeworth. You would have thought that there's no pendant to have such a string of conversation. I was only talking about its shape, Kay. She made that by herself. It's incredibly well crafted. Something to do with this one.
Hold it!
Why do you think he did? I have no idea. Maybe you planned on doing something in the beginning. Wait, Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pops from the very beginning. Was that ever really likely to happen? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yes. I'm sorry, but I didn't think what you just claimed was that likely. I didn't think Mr. Deacon would have ever been capable of killing you.
Hold it!
Miss Pops, you really are clueless, aren't you? What do you mean? You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was? Nor do you know who you really are. But I do, and I can show you with this piece of evidence.
Take that!
So what about the pendant?
Take that!
These two pendants resemble each other, wouldn't you agree? Hey, you're right, yes. I believe that these two pendants are actually one. Shall we give it a try? You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might seem. No, come. Don't you make a set. There's no trinket. It's not as though it's changed anything. You like imagination, Agent Lang? Very well, I'll show you in a second.
Take that!
Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name was Colin Deveray, named as F-Stone Horseman. What? An alias? I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. It makes sense given what is written in Mr. Deveray's dossier. All I really wanted to point out was this.
Take that!
Mr. Deveray had one daughter, and her name is Lon Potts. He couldn't come out and tell you he was your father, but he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you. Do you still believe that a man like that would kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in the kidnapping plot? And what is so funny, Agent Lang? You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? What are you trying to say? Your thinking is much too innocent. After all, I thought of another possibility. Is that so? Well, let's hear it. I grant you that the two are a father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It's no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano. The two of them made good use of the means blended with kidnapping. Can you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? So this is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that they didn't know of their true relationship, right? That's right. There's one really rotten family. If that's really what happened, I better take a long, hard look at the evidence.
Hold it!
Precisely. Most father would ever willingly kill his own daughter. Don't know, Von Carmelite. If you wasn't already dead. Seen a lot of things in my travels. I can tell you that being raised by blood sometimes proves nothing.
Hold it!
You think they knew? Yeah, I don't think I'm the victim. I think the girl there is as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't. Because he was on the lam. You got it, the victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore...
Hold it!
One is a butler and one is a friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought that was their best shot. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course. And two of them made good use of their means planning to kidnap me.
Hold it!
You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of their partner? Just suddenly a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were in fact family. Yeah, from the very beginning they painstakingly practiced those roles well.
Hold it!
I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for some new evidence. Am I? because I don't see you presenting any evidence to the contrary. Without evidence, we're stuck in a stalemate. Now to think on this one a bit.
Objection!
This kidnapping wasn't planned by just two people alone. What kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there are 3 kidnappers. 3? The 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West and in the back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. As for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. 4 clearly points to a 3-man group, and I believe this first person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who's this mastermind? I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping.
Take that!
Lancer Manu. Yes, and this abduction was in fact schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but 2. One was a woman. However, they were 3 kidnappers, which is a direct contradiction to what he said. But I know we saw 2 people. This guy was being held hostage, possibly concealed further. Ah yes, that's when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened when you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnappers suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck. Now they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could. Through the underground passageway, I presume? You okay? Sorry, I really don't want to recall that horrible deal, but now you believe me, right? No, not quite yet. How can you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes? Because he's a prosecutor, and because they're all like that. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. There is a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little.
Hold it!
Can you tell us about when you were abducted in a little more detail? It was a strange morning. I felt like I was right in the middle of a great calm. And where were you when you experienced this calm? Our family garden, of course. Where else could it have been? Well, excuse me for asking. This sounds more princess than prince. I was out taking a walk to shake off the morning blast. And out of the blue, someone from behind clamped some hand over my mouth. You didn't see your attacker? They must have used some drug to knock me out. Because before I knew it, I was off in La La Land again. When I woke up, I was in the kidnapper's hideout already, all tied up.
Hold it!
By that room, you mean the room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct? Yeah, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I didn't know that until I made my escape. Then you're in the same room as your kidnappers. You spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of the conversation. Definitely 2 people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared, I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move.
Hold it!
The kidnappers disappeared. The room fell into a sudden silence. I had been left behind like an unwanted mutt. And what do you mean by unwanted mutt? I'll point this question. It's not like he's going to tell you anything new. It's a poetic simile. You should learn how to use them too. You may look refined on the outside. But it's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well. Well, sorry for not understanding metaphors.
Hold it!
Well, I do. Then there's cuffs on your wrist. I suppose you are still cuffed in that case? I am well aware of how I'm chained to reality. I couldn't find the key, so I'm afraid I'm stuck like this. Even though I escaped from the jail cell, I will forever be a prisoner.
Hold it!
How did you manage to escape? I wanted to just get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked, which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape. I remember our escape. Can you please hard? This is an invaluable piece of testimony. Must let it go unexamined. Oh, of course I was going to be the first one. You say that the door leading out was locked, but was it really? We're talking about having behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open. Right, Gina? You can take a look at... you can take a look at this. Sorry, you just pissed me off, so I decided to make an imitation of you. What is that? A sword? An especially reliable one if it's broken like that. Allow me to start from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by a sword, which was used to jam the handle. Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. as a case, or whether you not simply just removed the sword and escaped. Why didn't I? I was disoriented. Yeah, that's it. I didn't notice it. As if I should accept such a broad-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. You did not, in fact, possess the key to the door. And that is why you used the pop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own. You've been making this guy out to be one for a kidnapper for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something valuable along the way. And what could that be? A motive, what else? Do you honestly think that an uptight pure boy like him would hatch up a completely pointless scheme such as kidnapping himself?
Objection!
This proves that Lance did indeed have motives committing this crime.
Take that!
To put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter, it is in fact a collection of it. It appears our upstanding boy has accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance? Yeah. Alright, I give up. I abducted myself. So, Lolly, in this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. So I must go with you to a new town, somewhere no one would know us. I used to be well off in that $1 million, but now that dream is over. Then you were giving yourself up? Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on him. Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money, that's my guess. Happened almost right after he made the drop-off. When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside that room as Lolly and I made our escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in Blue Badger costume. That would mean the person Officer Meekins saw was Miss Potts. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless and he tackled me pretty hard from behind. Then Oliver caught a bad Badger costume, took the suitcase with $1 million and ran. Contacted Lolly right away and wondered I had a gun. Then no idea that they were related, so I thought that could only end badly. No, of course he's not. That man was not my father, because... I think the big picture's finally coming into focus, don't you? Lolly, forgive me, I didn't think you would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you. If what she says is true. You'd be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay. What I mean is listen very carefully to a confession once more and you'll see.
Hold it!
Please calm down and let's slowly talk through this. All you have to do is simply tell us what happened at the stadium. Leave it to us to search out the truth. Can you do that for me?
Hold it!
And that was the ransom money, wasn't it? And what did he tell you?
Objection!
Nope. Were you able to clearly see the gun? I don't know. Miss Pops, please calm down and take a deep breath. And then, would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time?
Objection! Objection!
Nope.
Hold it!
You shot Mr. Deacon. And there is the Caesar. Agent Lang, Miss Pops is far from done. She hasn't even finished the testimony yet.
Hold it!
Did you take off immediately following the gunshot? You didn't attempt to approach the victim at all after you were shot?
Objection! Objection!
And very file. I have here a dossier on your father. And according to this, your father was right-handed. The person pointing a gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon. Hold on then, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The Bad Badger has a model gun attached to his right hand. That's why the only hand he could have held the real gun with was his left. Is it possible that it went down like that? Agent Lang, are you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? And again, I suppose you can't expect someone who has never set foot in court to catch it. Enough of the smugness, out of it already. Miss Pops told us earlier there was a Bad Badger pulling the suitcase with the 1 million. According to you, the Bad Badger had the gun in his left hand, which would mean that he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Pops? Yes, exactly. But if that's the case, I can see there's a huge contradiction. Yes, Miss Pops claims to have seen the Bad Badger. And yet the Bad Badger had both of his hands full. These two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong. They're both correct. Impossible. That just leaves us with an irresolvable contradiction. Miss Pops' entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. What kind of bad badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower half?
Take that!
The costumes have two parts, a head and the body. The head Miss Pops saw was probably really the head of the bad badger. However, is it not possible that the body was after an entirely different badger? Different badger? Yes, or to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger.
Take that! Take that!
What the heck is it? Yes, it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Miss Pops was wearing the blue badger's costume, so we can eliminate that one. And the pink badger is of the wrong colour, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that is left is a proto badger costume. Miss Pops, who was the one who wore the proto badger costume?
Not so fast!
You say what I think you are. The Lancimano donned the bad badger's head, pretending he was a deacon, over which he plied to shoe Miss Pops while wearing that hideous thing. The stage I was set up in the stadium was nothing more than that, a set-up. His purpose was to lead Miss Pops into believing she had committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Pops and pretending to be the victim. It was all done so that she would pull the trigger. I have no idea what you're talking about. Why exactly would I have had to do all that, huh? There's but one reason, Lancimano. You are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Oliver Deacon. What? That's Lander, take it back, you take it back right now. Just out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand? I'm left-handed, but what does that have to do with anything? It depends. According to Miss Pops, her attacker held a gun in
Not
his
so
left.
fast!
Who is one-handed doesn't prove a thing. Besides, now you're just being absurd. It's not like the Proto Badger is bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead.
Objection!
Of course, logically if he had been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well, and prepared accordingly. And there should be all the evidence you need.
Take that!
We found one half of a bad badger costume in the hideout, a broken one. It was not the same one that the victim was wearing, plus it was missing something. And that something in the model gun that the bad badger carries was some fire blanks. What? Miss Pops, where's the gun you use now? I threw it away in that makes it a bit tough. Although I believe we can safely assume that it was a model
Not so
gun.
fast!
I've had enough. All you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture. I admit that as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say that probability that I'm right is very high. Okay, let's pretend that you're right, and then the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't know that. I knew you were full of it. However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time. Please wait a second. Is it really not possible? She saw the victim in the state of being restrained. So Mr. Deacon must have escaped after the two of you left, right? Why does that sound wrong to me? Must be something amiss about his account. Let's see what happens when I examine this in more detail.
Hold it!
Oh yeah, that's pretty clear from the fact that there's 4 entries. When exactly did you arrive back at the hideout? Just after you'd picked up the ransom? And where were you up until the time you returned? Ah, so each of them had their own roles to play.
Hold it!
How did Lance look at that time? Uh-huh.
Hold it!
You're sure that it was Mr. Deacon that you saw? Yes, I'm certain also. Did you go into the other room to check? Then are you telling me that you did not confirm that it was Mr. Deacon for yourself? You saw a bad badge ahead.
Objection!
Miss Pops, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all. Huh? The person you actually saw was this person. It was me. I always thought it was a bit odd when the kidnappers abducted me even after I had handed over the ransom. Not as though I saw the face of the kidnappers. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was to make me look like Mr. Deacon. If that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe we can assume that the victim was already dead at that time. Well, Lance, am I right? That's... You showed Miss Pops a person, namely me, who had a bad badge's head on. And then made your costumes escape together. Or so you pretended. Huh? What do you mean pretended? Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape, and then doubled back to the hideout, probably to come and remove the bad badger head from my unconscious self. And create his fake prison with the prop sword, he then escaped via passage. Hold your tongue, boy. Don't get caught up in that tidal wave of words coming out of Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Tidal wave? You've heard a lot come out of you, but I've yet to see a shred of evidence. Well, my chopped liver. The victim's betrayal and his subsequent detainment. All that could have happened while you were out cold. That's right. You were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor. Even if that were the case, Miss Pops would have still seen me tied to that beam. You see? It seemed that you can't prove a thing. What a surprise. Please wait, Mr. Manu. Oh, Miles, my boy. Looks like you're really giving it your all. And Lance, it's not good to cause trouble for others. Dad! Let's see, you're the one in charge of the investigation, correct? Yeah, that's right. Sorry that my son's been nothing but trouble. This probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. Is that what I think it is? Couldn't wait around for the police, so I went and found those myself. It appears that they were disposed of in the sea. Is there no one in this country who actually obeys law? No. What? The chief of police? What the? Just who does he think he is? Oh, no. There's no need to be so upset. There's help in this land, so I bow my lord in your country. No. This wasn't meant to strong arm you into anything, it's just a request. Only asking that you please respect the laws of the land. Don't you say no to that? The return of the public land doesn't matter you found the evidence, its value remains unchanged. Alright now, let's take a look at this map. What? You disappoint me, Miles. I can't believe that you would cause my son such stress and heartache. That's it. These are the case-making pieces of evidence. This boy too. Wait, whose burn marks were left by the gunpowder? This is the most important fact. Because it was proven that the victim was shot at point-blank range. Thank you, Dad. This should be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there. Festo! So yeah, safe to say this is the final cross-examination. The fingerprints on the weapon. I shouldn't if you don't know how to handle it. Besides, Miss Hobbs' prints on it. Stealing either one would land you in jail, you know. Okay. Now to maybe all you can do, however, I still have a case to solve and a job to do. Because your dad was awfully quick on the defensive.
Hold it!
These fingerprints, are you sure they belong to Miss Potts? There's no mistake about it. Through my connections, I had the best forensics techniques money could buy performed. I know to be a bit peculiar. What? Are you trying to pick up an argument with me? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yes. Frankly, I don't believe that Miss Potts' print should be on that gun to begin with.
Take that!
Oh wait, no, it's the blue badger because they bleed too much of gloves.
Take that!
It's simply not possible for Miss Potts to have left any prints on the murder weapon, because while she was at the stadium, Miss Potts was wearing a costume. Huh? Well, there's been no mistake. We found fingerprints. Well, Miss Potts, do you remember touching the gun at all at any time? To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. That is where Miss Potts' prints found their way onto the gun. Do you understand now, Mr. Manu? The fingerprints do nothing to prove that Miss Potts is the murderer. But you still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right? You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer. What? No way! I'm very worried about it. That doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's where you're wrong. I have any evidence. What? How? The story that Miss Hobbs killed the victim in the staging stadium. I heard affair is simply not true because that was not the real crime scene, but a setup.
Take that!
Nope. Strange, I expected it to be the cracked mirror.
Take that!
Nope. Brain arthritis.
Take that! Take that!
Nope. Top tier brain arthritis.
Take that!
Let's just take another good look at the costume the victim is wearing. Then I believe you will see why I insist he was not shot at the stadium. The gunpowder.
Take that!
The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point blank range. Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants Prosecutor. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is then? And then set me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, then the murder must have happened prior to that. Location my aunt and the victim were just before I was imprisoned for...
Take that!
I think it's not unreasonable to assume the murder took place in the haunted house. Haunted house? Yes, I have proof that it is highly likely that the victim was killed now.
Take that!
These were inside the costume the victim was wearing, the fragments of a mirror. A mirror? What does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume. However, there is one place I can think of where there is a plethora of mirror facts. And that is the haunted house. Now, Samano, I propose that you killed Mr. Deacon with a revolver in the haunted house. After that, you stole the blue Badgemobile to move his body to the Wild Wild West area. Miles, my boy, say no more. I'm sorry, Mr. Amano, but I cannot do it. Be quiet. Yes, please, do something. Stop that boy from speaking more nonsense. Mr. Amano, correct? I mean you. Now be quiet, Gramps. How dare you? Don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. I just gave you some, you dumbass! What? But Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor, so the probability is very low. Probability. Lansing said, on Truth's path, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does exist is definitive proof. Question, Mr. Prosecutor, is do you have the definitive proof you need? Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house? The answer is no. See, so since you don't have any, shut up. I don't have any evidence yet, but certain that the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. At the time, the only people at the haunted house, besides myself, were Lance and Mr. Deacon. I can prove that the murder took place at the haunted house. I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder. Agent Lang, I have a special request. Yeah? I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house. Because I didn't really have a choice of when to find the truth. Due to a certain father's desperation to keep it swept under the rug. Sheena, put in the paperwork for your authorization immediately. He was there. No. Just hold on for a second. There's no need to obtain approval. Mr. Amano. Agent Lang, if you'll please take a look at this. What is this, Sheena? The deed? Read it out loud. What? As you can see, I'm now the legal owner of the haunted house. Ran into the owner of the park earlier and made the deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye. That's $1 million you paid. Don't tell me it was. Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? Don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back now. You used the ransom money? Oh, Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier, so I do believe that I'll forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom money. Discuss? What is there to discuss? Well, I have permission to enter your haunted house, of course. While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Amano was out there preempting us. Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. Guys, make sure to arrest Amano with his son. I can't get permission to investigate a crime scene inclusively more. And what is that? But I thought you were a thief, not a hero. That's of course. Agent Lang? So you want to use your little toy? Be my guest. There's the only way to get past Amano's meddling. Detective Gumshoe, is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprint among the police's reference documents? Yes, sir. We got it just in case we need it for the kidnapping case. What is this? Where are we? It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can't inspect the real location of the cell, the path to the true slum is here. We can successfully navigate my way using logic and ultimately arrive at the truth. Very well, I'd like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. And then I started walking toward the exit.
Take that!
That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was in fact a costumed kidnapper. Just don't use it to do anything criminal, okay? Well, Lance? As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you a chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. They come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up ransom. He didn't set foot inside. Is he telling the truth, or is this another lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me? Yes, I'm sure it was him. Now to verify the fact of this recreation. Huh. Now to be proved to be the most difficult task. So I forgot myself. You're totally oblivious to what was behind you, huh? Yes, that's because I'm also feeling for what happened to myself. It was incredibly dark, which was all the more reason I should have been more alert. About to nearly caught my surprise again. You didn't recreate the weapon. Why are you smirking like that when you say it?
Take that!
Let me know. Well, if it's got Edgeworth's blood on it. It's me. I have to say, it's so embarrassing to see myself in this. If I had known that at the time, do you think I'd have let myself be hit? It's just fine at the rate it is. Wait, maybe not. Is it just my imagination or something not quite right?
Eureka!
Except for a bit on the left side, this sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. The culprit held the sword with his left hand, and the sword's right side would hit. Not yet, Kay. There's no sense in changing anything yet. You change the parameters to the right hand, it'll only create a new contradiction.
Take that!
The Bad Badger already holds a gun in his right hand, so he can't hold a sword in addition. It means that the one who struck me could not have been the Bad Badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me. It seems only he was our primary suspect. Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance. Or should I say, the Proto-Badger. Now we have a faithful recreation of the situation where they attack on me.
Knuckle back!
And what exactly is so funny, Agent Flan? Having you using your gadget sure packs a punch, right, Sheena? You've had your little fun, but that's my turn. Sat quietly by listening. But the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't weten this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. And it'll make me look bad. Boy displays whatever information you put in, is that right? How can this be? Guess I've heard your whole theory about it being an attacker right out the window.
Knuckle back!
The criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway. How could he hide a giant doll? You get it now, thanks to your presumptions. Your logic started off weak and led you to a completely wrong conclusion. Now get off your high horse. Okay, I wonder if you could please input new information for me. You don't know when to quit, do you? I can't quit, not until I can declare that I found the truth. Agent Plan, for the additional information, you have my thanks. There you go again. Let's see if I can. This from David Badger was just a door. Where was my attacker hiding?
Eureka!
Nope.
Eureka!
Nope.
Eureka!
Nope.
Eureka!
Is
Eureka!
hold on a second here. There's something wrong with this blue badger. Like what? The way the belt is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake? Okay, do you remember what you said earlier? About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors? Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more than a reflected image of a real one. When I looked down this hall, I thought it was pretty straight. However, if there's a mirror... Precisely, I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black. Okay, this house is just another attraction at an amusement park. They created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose, one I can point out to you.
Take that!
As is written in the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger. That was true at the time, however, doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. All they would have to do is dim the lamps. Then you won't be able to see the badger anymore. Huh. I suppose it. That's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway. No, not yet. An even larger contradiction is now reared its head. Perhaps you did not notice, but the recreation contains very troubling inconsistency.
Take that!
Okay, take a good look at the end of the hall. Exactly, the blue badger that is some reality is not there.
Take that!
The badger I saw was in actuality the dead victim's body. What? What? Agent Lang, the entirety of my incomplete logic is my final decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off. Even consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking. Be the real time of death, Mr. Deacon. No. Maybe it was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was life-shattering bullets. No matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror wall was broken. You were in the house at the time, right? You tell me how you missed the sound of guns. There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time, or for theatrics I assume. The gun shop must have been right in. Now then, I'd like you to recall something. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? He was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use on him? It was you, Lance Amano. I'm sorry. So I got a choice. Or it turned on me all of a sudden. Snapped into violently right after I hung up with you. Shot me to down and straddled me. Fought back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun and I shot him. I looked into his body and shot the mirror. I had taken his gun and shot him first. I would be on the ground. Hardened criminal, escaped from jail.
See, that's justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself.
That remains to be seen and will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I leave the rest to you. As if you were the one in charge around there. Guys, the rest needs to get him out of my sight.
Wait, I had nothing to do with the murder. The only person who should be arrested is Lance.
Dad! So, you think you must slip away out of you, Mr. Ernest Armano? You tampered with the evidence you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. You touch him. By the way, do you know why I'm really here?
And how could I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question?
You wouldn't be. You're on this way from across the sea just to see you, you know?
You came to see me?
What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Amano, about a case from 10 years ago. Case from 10 years ago? Oh, what's the name you say for that case? Sheena. No, it's a KG... It's a KGA case. Oh, so you remember. Good. Then you'll recall that the trigger in that case was the Amaro Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an international smuggling ring. Smuggling, there's that word again. At the time, the people that were arrested as ringleader was Mr. Amano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Devereux. Even though you pushed the crime on your then secretary, Mr. Devereux, never suspected that you involved in the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. Devereux was arrested in police review, which is why, when he broke out, you hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for silence and your little dirty secret.
No. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Pretend to be ignorant all you want. We're taking you down to the precinct anyway for a nice long chat. Who the heck was that?
Oh, you.
I'll take him down to the precinct if you don't mind. Who the heck are you?
I'm Jack Sportsman,
And I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case.
Oh, Jax, thank goodness you're here.
Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect.
Sorry, but I can't comply. Got the backing of the prosecutor's office.
See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So if you could please cooperate with me here, that'd be great.
Now, how about a handshake?
Sorry, but I hate prosecutors, no lie. Guys, arrested 2 suspects. Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you for working so hard to fulfill my goal. You're so relentless with Lanston before starting to tamper the evidence. Thanks to that, I find a legitimate reason to arrest you. Having to feel to bite the hand that feeds you. The hand that feeds me. I'm sorry, follow. So you're tendering me. You're the one, right? You're the third prosecutor's working with Mr. Mon and smuggling me, right?
No, I would never do such a thing.
What the heck? I think that was never wrong. Your prosecutor office is definitely someone working with the ring. Ah, so Agent Lang suspects my relation with Mr. Mon. There must be a real reason behind his antagonistic attitude. Over that, you meant it was Manfred von Carmen, right? There were non-stop rumors flying around about forged evidence from that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed golden doors too, are you?
The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed.
But don't worry, it's not only you. Don't lie, you can't be trusted. Prosecutor never lost in 4 years. Every defendant was found guilty. With that kind of thinking, is any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts, witness men surrounding us all. Rest assured, next time we meet, I'll be so forgiven. So don't you forget it.
Please wait. Agent Sheena, why does Agent Lang hate what prosecutors say? So Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim, we better catch up. You still gotta deliver that thing to the old man, after all. Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves. Yeah, are you going on, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I've done nothing but being tangled in one mess after another since my return. It's alright with you. Can you drop me off at my office? Oh, it's okay. No need to thank me, pal. Just do my job as a detective. Miss Hobbs, I wonder if you know why your father participated in kidnapping? Your father died while you were trying to stop Lance. Which means that from the beginning you had no interest in the stage self-abduction. I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Hobbs. Lance realized I'm truly related, which is why he used you as a hostage. To coerce Mr. Dever into cooperating. The felon you cannot tell you of his real relation to you. However, as my family butler, at the very least, he was able to watch over you. That was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind. You're welcome, although there is no need to thank me. I have enough of this shit with old back. Where'd it go, sir? What are you going on about now? There's Miss Edger for you. What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edger, how do you know this girl? That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. That fateful day 7 years ago when I first met the then child Kay and Detective Gumshoe.